All of them?
So much for this being a short stream.
Oh, I mean, it is a short stream, but
The game doesn't want you to finish it.
oh, wait a second. I need to do my weird trick. I need to connect to my mobile hotspot. Okay, wait. Before we start dropping frames. There we go. Okay, I need to tell me. I need you to tell me when it's up.
Okay.
Is it up? Or is it down? Or maybe it's sideways? Ruggiero says it's up, and Strivek says you're up. Okay, can you hear the others?
It's up. Can you hear me?
Chance doesn't matter. Chance just kind of exists.
Also,
What?
Zach need to go
What?
get ice cream.
What?
Mm. Is that his idea of troubleshooting?
Yes.
Does it work?
Strivek says you're up. Ruggiero says I can hear Chip and Chance. Yeah. So the last thing I did before the bullshit started, well, no, before I shut it down was I read everything in chat. So yeah, like it was a weird. You'll see it in the recording if we get to that point. But there were just moments where I could not hear any of you, and I thought you were just letting me be. But then I heard you guys saying that I was not talking. I'm like, okay, we are in two separate streams now. We had a little timeline forking here.
We good?
Yeah. Yeah, we are. I restarted
We are
everything.
hopefully good.
I restarted my router. I restarted my computer. I restarted my life. I'm baby weasel now.
Okay.
Yeah, everything should be fine now. Like, although it weirdly enough it just reset my sound settings, so I had to mute down my system sounds. It's the reason why on stream you never hear like Windows error sounds, because I have system sounds muted. But it reset that when I restarted my computer, so that.
Okay. So they can hear us all okay?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Don't talk with your mouth full.
I forget, what was I doing?
Buffering?
I think you were watching the scene with Demise.
Oh yeah, Demise, I forget. Where were we? Oh yeah, yes, returns. We have a few moments to let you decide. Yada yada. Purple pace. Evil stuff. Wish into the sky. It's up to you now, Link. Strabak at Dum Dum says you're clearly having a hard time. Relax with Cherry Dum Dum. Man, I have too many of those. Thanks for that. Cherry lollipops, fun fact, are the most common flavor of lollipop in Mexico.
Lollipop, lollipop. That's the
We have some jumbo-sized ones, plus the La Rosa ones.
Oh yes.
They are like, you can find them everywhere. Here's the thing, you never buy them. They make their way to you. Like strawberry grandma candy.
Yes.
Chabera says so much Botox in his face. Yeah, the mice look like a wrestler. Like a retired wrestler.
Retired WWE wrestler, mind you.
As Chance, have you looked for luchador stuff for Demise?
Weird.
Now that you mention it, I haven't.
Oh my gosh! Don't encourage him. Don't.
So,
Wait, is this a? Nope, this one doesn't take me to the sky.
Because you're in the past.
No. If I look for the mice wrestler, the only thing I'm gonna find is, oh, here's this wrestler that died this year or last year.
Oh.
Rip.
nice Skyward Sword.
Here's this wrestler that died last year. Here's his mask and his tights for sale.
Oh, whoa.
Uh-huh.
No, his mask, his tights, and his boots to sell.
Oh,
Yes.
I did just get a bit of lag.
Horny. I
Did
can
you
be
notice some
horny
of them are buried in their whole getup?
Oh, yeah. People have asked me, Rick, which pair of boots are you gonna be buried in? And I have a very complex answer to that.
I think my theory has two answers. One of them is that his original plan was to deliver one pair of boots to each of his most significant friends and persons in his life. And the second one is that he's going to build a mausoleum with all of his boots.
Oh,
He's
you
gonna
knew
be
about the
buried inside.
mausoleum, huh?
No. I mean, yes.
When I die, I'm not going to be buried. I plan on being cremated
Oh, that is so mainstream.
and having my ashes scattered somewhere.
Nah, just scattered.
That is so mainstream.
Yes.
I want to have one of those containers that when you put your ashes in, and then you can plant the seed and bury it so a tree can grow from it.
I want to be a skeleton sitting down. I want somebody to find the fucking crypt and just find a skeleton with boots on, and take them one of the I want to be a full-on fucking curse.
And then
That
you'll,
sounds like the beginning of a
and then
horror
if
story
someone
when
puts on your boots, they
when some
come back to
kid
life.
heard the legend of the boot collector or something,
Yeah.
and they want to find his legendary pair of boots.
Yeah.
And then strange killings start to occur.
Chavara says, I want to be cremated and have my ashes be used to grow cherry blossom trees. Weeb. That way I have that symbolism, like an anime. Weeb.
No, cherry blossoms is like too.
It's
What about a tree that grows fruit, and people that eats them gets nightmares about you, or something like that?
Wait, I have ideas. What about?
I wanted to see if you could. I wanted to see if you could do the whole gauntlet with just the potions you had.
Meh. I like.
What
Oh,
do you
let's
think, yeah?
waste more time. I don't need this game to waste my time. Chavara says that's what the cherry tree is for. You know what? Sometimes I forget cherry trees actually give out cherries. I thought they were just there for looking pretty when they're all pink. That's what Japan has led me to believe, because there's... When do you see cherry trees in anime be actually
Giving up cherry?
giving out cherries?
Yeah, never.
That's silly. Anyways, I forgot how... okay, let me check in videos how long the first part of this went. Bye. Okay, that
How
was...
many-
That
how
was
many
an hour
refreshes
and
do you have?
42 minutes, including all the mess. Okay, I'll go with this. 3 servants. Chavara says using your remains to grow stuff is legal here in my state. I didn't know there was
Before
legality
you-
to it.
Before you go diving, just double check with your dowsing to make sure you haven't missed any clues.
Shouldn't have.
I thought
Just to be
I
100% certain.
I thought you had counted. It's dead. Sping. It's dead.
They die.
Cool.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I understood. Is Girahim's demises 5?
Yes.
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 I knew
That's
there
why-
was something poking at my brain regarding
That's why
that.
he calls him Master.
Poking at your eggs.
Also, if you looked at Girhim's text once he turned all black, the text is the same shimmering effect as Fi's.
So he's just a sword. Cool.
Yes.
Sure.
Where's the mod of replacing Fi with him?
Where's the so shortly before the game's release, actually, because of Phi, right? Someone made the prediction, like they didn't even know what Demise was. The game hadn't come out, right? They said, they drew the final battle. It's Link versus the big bad, and they pull out their swords, and it's just they're holding Girahim and Phi by the legs and like hitting. So it's like, wow, you predicted the finale. Congrats. Here, I'll find it.
I hate this.
And in Hyrule Warriors both Fi and Girahim both turn to their sword forms as part of their movesets. Yes, I talked about Hyrule
I found the
Warriors.
art.
Oh
Yeah, did you?
god.
I found it. Hold on. Let me put it on the screen.
Wait.
I found one version of it at least. But yeah, Strayback says my town has a bunch of cherry blossom trees growing across the street from my house. And Norami, hi. Norami says Zelda, Zelda, Zelda.
I know what I mean.
That's not it.
Are you having a
Hello,
fun?
Remy.
No, it's even more simplistic and
I
stupid
love
than
this. Still.
that. Hang on. Let me see if I can
This is
find it.
amazing.
I mean, that's it. That's a game. That's it. That's a game.
Yes.
Strayback says poof ha 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 ha. No, that's 3 has actually. Where am I?
Oops.
It that way. Wait, so
We're adding the end game.
oh, okay, so they just moved the whole ass
Yes.
part of that.
Nothing is lost. Everything is preserved.
Cool. Temple preservation.
It's cool.
Thanks, I hate it. Well, at least it's almost over and then I can move on. $19.99. I come back. Link comes to the past to warn everybody, buy GameStop stock.
Yeah.
What, that last pandemic?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Kill all the bats in China. Thank me later.
Oh,
Pangolins.
that won't do.
The ecosystem can recover.
No.
The ecosystem did recover.
And then it got worse when people started going out again.
Yes.
Shut down the Virology Institute.
Master Link, I have important information for you.
Yeah, coronavirus.
Once you enter this portal, my analysis indicates a 0% chance that you will be able to return, unless you are able to vanquish your foe.
Yeah, 0.
0.
0.
You never do zeros.
When is she ever served?
When did she ever what?
Okay, this isn't the one I was looking for, but this is fucking hilarious too. Holy shit.
Ah. Okay. Understood, Master Link. Know that even in the place that lies beyond this portal, I will be with you. And, Master, good luck. Oh yeah, I'm going to button. Button, trolls. Ah, so you decided to meet your end in battle after all. Pleases me greatly to see such misplaced valor, human. Take a moment to appreciate your surroundings, for where we stand shall serve as your tomb for eternity. The hate for the gods that has boiled in my veins. You will taste all of it in the bite of my blade. The only question left is how long you will manage to remain standing before I take your life. So try to keep it interesting for me, will you? And when you fall, know that your world and everything in it is mine to dominate, mine to subjugate, mine to rule. When I finish with you, you can take solace in knowing your friends and kin will soon follow, as I wipe all who oppose me from the face of this world. Won't be long now. At last, the almighty power I've sought for millennia. I will take the Triforce for my own. The world shall be under my foot for eternity. Ah, okay. Stribex says, fun fact, the writing in the background of Fi and Gerhim's text boxes say either sword or words in ancient Hylian. Ah.
It also if you listened to the music at the tail end of Demise's speech, you'd hear Ganon's theme.
What's Ganon's theme?
The theme for Ganon, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know it.
We'll look into this after. We'll look into this later.
Oh, no, we won't.
Retarded.
Interesting. Well, if I see target, I'm too close to him. That's not a good thing.
Will you meet your demise?
Yay.
Have I told you what his name is in Spanish?
Oh no. Please no.
El Heraldo.
El what?
El Heraldo.
Like the
Well,
newspaper?
technically, El Heraldo de la Muerte.
Oh, like a gory newspaper.
Yes. Thing is
The
that here in
gory
Mexico we have a
newspaper?
newspaper called El Heraldo. So
Yeah.
it's possible.
It's more like the Herald, essentially. Why would you call him the
Oh.
Herald?
Oh, the Herald of Death.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's the point.
Oh, I think it's because we don't have a word for the mice.
You don't have a word for
Unless you
death.
want to call him Muerte, but
Oh.
I don't think you will like
Yeah.
having that.
Well, yeah, but you don't call him Death. That's too on the nose.
Actually, it has cool names in French and German. In French is Avatar du Nont, which means Avatar of the Void, and in German is Thoughtbringer, that means Death Bringer, which is actually
Great.
cool.
Let me guess, only sword shit works here.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is the point of collecting so much bullshit if you can't use it as you said at the end?
In Japanese, his name is the Avatar of Demise.
The Avatar.
And it seems like the English version just dropped the Avatar bit of Demise.
And they keep
But
on
long
coming and
term-
they don't stop coming and oh wait, I forgot my secret weapon.
And a lot of the translations kept it.
What?
Yeah, in general.
You forget your invincibility juice along with your heals.
Yeah, I should use sub. It's just Zero.
So shield bash. Oh,
Is it? Oh, well, when it works. Okay. Oh, you can see in the icon like how much remains. I hadn't noticed that. Oh!
Uses of bottle, yes.
oh.
You came
You
at me.
idiot.
Like, he just came at me. Like I just turned my back
Oh
for
my
a second.
That's how you know he's a villain.
Yeah.
Not actually a demon.
Clearly
or-
evil.
Yeah.
What? What did you say?
I said game over, yeah.
Game over. Yeah.
Game over, yeah.
I feel like every game needs that.
Wait, here go. You didn't even take a seat before you. Oh shit.
I can do it here.
You can skip. Well,
Yeah, now I can skip. Well, that's great.
now you don't get to hear.
Stravik says, I know you're saying Harold, but now I'm imagining his full name being Harold Demise.
King Harold Demise.
You know what? I can very, very easily just imagine him like in a work shirt, just sitting in a very cramped cubicle. Just
I'm just imagining the fairy godmother from Shrek 2 yelling at him. Harold.
all right, fucko. Oh, what the shit? What? Oh, I died.
Yes, you died.
Game over. Yeah. I died, but then I lived, bitch.
Holy fuck, the mice is huge.
He's not my type. Gosh.
Game over, yeah.
Yep. I should say that.
It's not my type.
And I could have looked anything wrestling-like about him. He's just big.
Yeah, it's just like big TM. That's like his whole thing.
He also has the scales that he does when from his imprisoned form.
Yeah, like what's up with those skins? Like, I can't believe he is the true form of Amogus. He was
This
Amogus all
is-
along.
This is the imposter all along.
It's stupid. Shavik says, you live, you die, you live again? Chavera says, not as sexy as dehydrated Ganon. I love how everybody just keeps calling him that.
I mean, rehydrated Ganon because the dehydrated one is a mummy.
Well, this one is quite moist. Just like the
Well,
one
The
from...
entire ground's covered in water.
You can see the moisture in the soil.
I got
Well,
reminded...
I love this. I love this backdrop because it's like if you've ever seen the salt flats in like South America when it rains, it looks exactly like the entire ground becomes
I got reminded of... Wait, wasn't Wind Waker also like in a place like this?
No.
No.
Ganon's like last battle?
Ganon's tower is the ocean.
It looks
It
quite
was
wet
surrounded
to
by
me,
water,
too.
but not.
It was kind of like that, but it was like the water from the sky pouring down all over the place.
You know what? I want to battle a boss in a place where the water falls up.
There's a game where that happens, but
I can only think of Giratina from Pokemon.
no, that's another game. Let me look it up.
Invisibility.
Ganondorf's design from Hyrule Warriors was directly inspired by Demise.
I'll let
you figure out why.
The kilt and the long hair, which in turn actually inspired the design of the Ganon lights from Breath of the Wild with the long red hair.
Oh my gosh, he's He-Man.
I have the power.
Oh, that's what you do now.
Electric. And
Boogaloo.
Remember, you can do the same.
Is electric.
Oh yeah, I have rays of whatever.
Yeah. Also, you definitely want to drink your milk.
I'm trying, but guess what? I completely forgot that that I'm on button controls. Therefore I can't I like my muscle memory for striking with my sword by shaking, it does not work here. It just doesn't work. Up. Oh, what? Really? I can do that? Huh.
Yeah. That's the
Yes.
whole point.
Fascinating.
Swing it before you.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
Okay, drink. Drink, Link.
Yeah, I know. Drink.
Yeah.
Drink. Okay, this is epic. But
You saved
Kicking your
us.
ass.
You're a life hero.
wait, really? Oh wait, no,
Have some
not
food.
you, bitch.
Have some
What?
water of life. Have
Oh
some
fuck! Wait,
water
what?
of life.
What's the button combination
You have
for
to-
the final for the?
It flashes at the bottom.
Yeah, what flashed?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me look it up.
Then you have to pull both Joy-Cons
Oh
at
my
the
God,
same time.
really?
For
Button
what?
Button controls.
Button controls. What's the name?
You know it's in the game, right?
Finishing blow.
Yeah, well, it's not there. Move your right. What? Move your right control stick up, down, and up again. Oh no, that is bad.
So
Like
it
the
is
motion
gonna
control.
take a while, right?
Chavara says hydrated Ganon is 62. Zane says Skyward Strike 2. Yeah. Okay. I'm okay.
Suffer into nothing.
Fuck. Okay. Bitch. 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 You
He does
bitch.
that.
Don't do that.
You bitch.
You're not fast enough.
I am fast. Sometimes.
Like,
Fast.
You're okay.
just push the button. Get it. There we go. Love how the lightning hits the Master Sword as you.
Ow,
plunge
my
it in.
finger.
Oh, Girham dissolved.
Extraordinary. You stand as a paragon of your kind, human. You fight like no man or demon I have ever known, though this is not the end. My hate never perishes. It is born anew in a cycle with no end. I will rise again. like the South. Those like you, those who share the blood of the goddess and the spirit of the hero, they are eternally bound to this curse. An incarnation of my hatred shall ever follow your kind, dooming them to wander a blood-soaked sea of darkness for all time.
Gee, I wonder who that incarnation of hatred is.
Vati.
I wonder
Oh,
if it's
yeah.
the character referred to as Dark Beast Ganon, incarnation of malice and hatred.
So yes, this is why Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf keep reincarnating every other game. His demise made a curse.
Actually, the incarnation of Demise's hatred is Beetle. That's why he keeps following you.
I have confirmed the eradication of the Demon King. His residual consciousness has been absorbed into the Master Sword, and is now sealed away. You have done well, Link. Link, thank you. I think it's over. Finally, it's all over. Nice going, you two. You guys were totally amazing in this little adventure I'd like to call The Legend of Gruz. Wow. That's a little joke. Joke or not, your contributions to our efforts were heroic. You have my thanks. Oh, well, you know, just glad I could make myself useful. I'm happy things turned out okay. Hey, so things look pretty soon up here. What do you say, guys? Ready to head back to our own time? Granny was really worried about you too. We don't want to keep the old girl in suspense too long. Hi, Leah, Your Grace. Or perhaps you prefer Zelda. It pleases me to know you are safe. Master, I must speak with you. Master Link, you have successfully protected the goddess reborn and defeated Demise, fulfilling your role as the hero of legend. My purpose here is complete. Therefore, I ask you to dissolve our arrangement as master and servant. Drive the sword into the pedestal before you, and I will return to the sword to enter a sleep without end. Master, you have achieved the purpose you were chosen to fulfill. Please set the sword in the pedestal and bring the goddess' mission to an end. Now, Master, it is time to conclude our necessary companionship. Link. Link, hear me. My purpose was to obey the command of the goddess and lead you, chosen hero of this land, on your quest. When I first awoke and began this task, I perceived it as merely serving my function as a servant to her grace. However, I have come to consider the information corresponding to our time together among the most precious data I have on record. I do not have a capability to fully understand the human spirit, Link. Now, at the end of my journey with you, as I prepare to sleep within the Master Sword forever, I experience a feeling I am unable to identify. I lack sufficient data to be sure of my conclusion, but I believe this feeling creates closest to what your people call happiness. Our partnership is at an end, and even as we speak, I feel my consciousness fading away. Before I enter the sleep that calls me to the sword, I wish to relate to you words that I recorded many times over the course of our journey. Many have said them to you thus far, but I now wish to say them for myself. Thank you, Master Link. May we meet again in another life. What? But why? Come with us. Zelda, your grace, you possess the memories of the goddess. You must understand why that is not possible. I am a being of this age. My place is here. I know that, but you must return to your own time. I will take care of the gate once you have passed through. I can't do that. You and I have been through so much together. I don't want to leave you alone. Please, Senpai, come back with us. Zelda, at the command of the goddess, I passed through the gate of time. I did so to protect you and aid the fight to prevent the world's destruction. The last remnants of the mice are decaying slowly within the sword. Someone must stay behind to watch over this blade. The spirit must not reawaken. He must never be allowed to threaten the world again. This is the nature of the task given to my tribe. As a member of the Sheikah, the goddess's chosen war guardians, I gladly welcome this duty. Zelda, I shall watch over the Triforce. Its power is too great to leave in the grasp of man. Dependence on its might is an invitation to disaster. When it has served its purpose, it must be segregated away to light once again. The knowledge of its existence hidden from mortal history. These are the words the goddess spoke to me long ago. I remember them well, as do you, I'm sure. Do not despair, Zelda. You and I will surely meet again someday. See? I told you we were gonna meet again. Impa, thank you. Thank you for everything.
So that's the end.
So the sword from the future went back to the past.
Something like that.
Oh boy, let me read this. Shibata said, nah, probably Shadow Link. Stribeck says, now the problem with this is that it kind of fucks up Ganon's backstory. Instead of a well-meaning leader whose lust for power got the better of him, he's now a bad guy because Destiny said so. Shibata says, because that's evil. Chiptune, hi, hello. Chiptune says, howdy. Shibata says, if that's the case, then it's
Also,
sure
you
is
want to watch
screwed up.
this. Pay
Yeah,
attention to the
I'm
credits.
watching it.
And you get to see things from Zelda's perspective.
Oh shit, really? For a game called The Legend of Zelda, there's not much Zelda.
There's a fair bit of Zelda. More than basically any other Zelda.
Oh yeah, there was a wild goose chase with her.
A wild goose chase.
So here's something a little sad, and a little depressing to think about. So Link and Zelda are obviously reincarnated, but look at Ganondorf's appearance. Ganondorf has distinctively red hair, golden eyes, slightly tan skin, is very tall. What character in Skyward Sword has those features?
That's a dumb theory.
The theory that Demise cursed Groose to have his descendant be Ganondorf?
Dumb.
Weird? That is weird.
I think it's plausible.
Dumb.
Why do you think it's dumb?
Because it's dumb.
That's not an explanation.
A dumb explanation.
I think it makes total sense.
Dumb.
Yeah, okay.
Makes no sense.
Personally, I think that's kind of a sad,
Dumb.
Shut up, Joe.
No, it's right. You shut up. Everything is like, what's what we call that? A red hair herring? Yeah,
But having yes.
Red Groosing.
a red hair herring.
Yeah. Pretty
Okay, now it's just area fly-through, so we can go back to reading the comments.
What's this? Trebek says, if that's the case, then sure it's screwed up. Trebek says, I think Tanny put it best. Roses are red, violets are blue, the demise plot device still sucks, and you should prefer Wind Waker too. Tanny said that? Wait, Tanny... Does Tanny know Zelda? That's how little I know about him. Chabara says, let the good guys turn bad because of how power reveals itself. Zane says each Ganon is a strong, independent black woman who don't need no man.
More like a strong, independent Middle Eastern man.
Oh, Middle Easterns are evil, obviously. Zach says, I don't think Ganondorf was destined to become evil, just that the malice of the mind was allowed to take root in him. Chipton says, Ganon is a cutie pie. Chabra says, and that's the end of that. Trebek says, I think Spirit Tracks had their highest Zelda ratio of all. Holy shit, yeah, there's so much Zelda in that.
Yeah, because she's your companion. But
What up?
yeah, the Toro Iwata.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
there's
don't
HD
mind
staff.
Tantalus, which is an Australian studio.
Oh,
Hey, one of the bosses created the game? That's not fair.
They were also the ones who did the HD port of Breath of the Wild. No, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess.
is it a Zelda studio?
No, but
No.
they
Kind
seem
of like
to
what
work with-
Grezzo does, but really they don't do as much in terms of like redesign.
They just do ports rather than ground-up remakes.
Yeah.
Oh wow, they're old. They make... Oh, yeah, ports, mostly ports.
Look at that beautiful sand ship.
Also made the Twilight Princess HD port. I'm seeing if there's anything else here I recognize.
Yeah. I think the I remember asking if you recognize that tree that you grew for the like tree seedling. So when you go to when you're in Breath of the Wild and you go to the Forgotten Temple, right, with the giant statue of the goddess. You remember that? I know it was a while ago, but...
Oh, we definitely played this in the wrong order.
So, that, in that temple is very heavily implied to be the sealed temple in this, and it even has the tree growing in the same place. So now you know why Zelda wears all white in the Breath of the Wild cutscene.
The actual Triforce. Look around us. The child that always dreamed of a world below. I wanted to see the surface with my own eyes and feel the land's warm breeze on my skin. I think I want to live here. I always want to feel solid ground beneath my feet, see the clouds above my head, and watch over the Triforce. What about you, Link? What will you do now?
What will you do?
Yeah, they never asked Link that in any of the other games.
Well,
And so they go on to found the Kingdom of Hyrule.
yep. I'd love a,
Cat Kids Ever After at the end.
I'd love a prequel. I'd love a story of just how Link and Zelda founded the actual kingdom, because like settling it all. Yeah, not easy.
I want a town builder game.
Yep, I want that. I want to have to like conquer new areas. Fun stuff.
And the next game in the timeline is Minish Cap.
Oh, weird. I played that.
So Skyward
Yes, you
Sword,
did.
Minish Cap, Four Swords, and then
What kind
Ocarina
of
of
question
Time.
is
and
this?
then it goes Ocarina of Time, and then split like crazy. Apparently.
Chabera says thought that was just her undergarments. Chabera says after all, Zelda still won't kiss me.
Well, I don't know. The implication is that they begin the royal family, so I do think there was some more of that.
Well, the good thing is that hundreds of years pass before it gets weird.
Well, also, the links are not related by blood; they're related by spirit. So it like Link reincarnates.
Right.
Zelda is the actual blood descendant of this Zelda.
So it's
So-
technically not incest.
So no,
Technically
it isn't.
not.
But then again, when has that ever been a problem for royalty?
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah, these things, these these settings. It's never an issue.
Like thousands upon
There's
thousands.
incest in
Thousands.
the Fire Emblem games, and those are a first party.
Oh no,
Nintendo
yeah,
game as well.
that's fine.
Yeah, it's also thousands of years from Skyward Sword to
Yeah,
even
it
Ocarina.
doesn't matter. Like this, I think there's an unspoken rule. If thousands of years have passed, it's fine.
Yeah, well, because I mean, technically, pretty much anyone of European heritage is related, like, is a descendant of Charlemagne, William the
Isn't there
Conqueror.
a number of generations between one another so you can avoid technically perform incest?
So all humans who have ancestors that come from Europe, basically all of them are descended in one form or another from Charlemagne.
Aren't you like related to everybody in your own race?
Well, you're pretty much related to everybody through some web of weird interconnecting cousins. Yeah, I mean, humans have a common ancestor, so
Cousins.
At least 0.5 of the male population today is apparently descended from what's his name? Genghis Khan.
Fun.
I mean, just based on how population statistics work, yeah, you're likely descended from, have some blood from, all these ancient rulers because of just how much they fucked.
So much fucking. Chabela says you need at least 8,000 people of diverse DNA to not be considered incest. Sherbeck says I hear that if you go back 8 generations, you can find how you're related to everyone else in the world. Also, Saturn,
You need to go back a
hello.
little further than that, but
Hello, Saturn.
Thanks for the
but
mini
yeah, the
raid.
whole,
Chabela says my granddad is a hoe. Saturn says a woo. Oh, your granddad is a hoe. I don't have to go that far away. But let's see. How do I do this? I brought back my trusty tier list. And
Magma tier list. Magma tier list.
oh, I wish I had made that, but I didn't have time to like. You know how hard it is to find consistent photos of all the Mogmas?
Eh,
It's
pretty-
and also I can't. I
On
can't.
Zelda Wiki.
Here's the thing: I can't really rank them because, to be honest, they don't have much of a personality. All of them. I just like them physically. I'm a superficial bitch.
Didn't stop you from ranking all of the dragons in Spyro. They don't
No,
have
those had
personality.
more of a personality. First of
Thank
all,
you for
because they had
saving me.
voices.
Thank you for
Each
saving
one
me,
of them.
Kai.
Even the ones who said thank you for releasing me were given
Oh
more
no, I mean like
personality in
have
the
you seen the reignited Spyro? It's like no okay, compared to the original games, they essentially designed every single fucking dragon to be unique and have like their own like animations and mannerisms and everything. Even if they don't say much, you can get a lot from just meeting them
Yeah.
once. So I was able to rank them pretty easily. Also, yeah, Jed was not worth it. That's an old meme. Gosh, that's an ancient meme of the stream.
What?
Jed was not worth it. Do I still have it somewhere? It's
Yeah.
hold on. Yeah, I have it here. I have it right here.
Oh, the one from Treetops. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that was
Why does he have Ganon? Why does he have Ganon Malice eyes? Anyway,
he was bad.
did you see the post I put in game log of the final fight? It's not the one I was looking for, but it works very well.
Yes. Hold on. This is the post game podcast. Oh, here's a question I have. Why does everything now have a podcast?
Yes, everyone
Oh.
needs to be heard by
It's like
someone.
no, it's like sometimes like after episodes of shows have their official post episode podcasts. Why?
The creators can explain why they fucked it all up.
I feel like that's that just makes it worse. Hold on. Chabeta says he really was, and Saturn says what's up, and not much. Chabeta says I have a lot of relatives, and I don't know most of them. Oh, same. Saturn says was playing Pokemon Sword with some floops like Bolton, Yeeble, Scarbunny. Ah, yes, the furry bait. Strawbeck says, didn't they have less dialogue than the Mogmas? Yeah, but the Mogmas were just text. It wasn't easy to project some personality on them. They were like, I could see some things, but I didn't. They were
feel like they
distinctly
have
less. They were
personality.
less distinct from each other. I just like
check
them in
out-
general.
Check out the Hyrule Historia, the concept designs for Girahim.
Zane, show me the book. You have it. It's in your coffee table, I think.
They're very interesting.
Chabera
I
says
have
Spyro
it.
Dragons over Magmas. I like the Magmas more because I'm very specific about the dragons, but it's because in general, like they are a very cute species. I'm annoyed that they were just locked to this game and I didn't learn about them until I played this.
Yeah.
They're just very cute. That's the whole thing. That's people ask me. I'm just like they are just really cute. That's it. And they are my aesthetic of just like a bunch of guys. Just a bunch of guys. That's it.
I just love the expression on Fi and Girahim's faces here. Like,
Well, they're
that's-
swords.
yeah, that's their purpose.
Okay,
What's my purpose? To be
Chabera
swung.
says more dragons to love than the Mogmas, so that's why the dragons are better. You want to see my ranking? I'll bring up my fucking dragon ranking again if I have to. Jeez, people just forget.
they don't have it in their mind all the time.
Oh yeah, like for those who missed my Spyro Reignited trilogy stream, I actually did go and rank every single fucking dragon. I'm not joking. I actually did that. it was a whole thing. I do need to organize my streams one day and just put them in playlists so they are easier to watch. Sometime I'll do that.
Or
Stroix says
Jed in number 74.
he fucking sucks, and finding him was bad, and he ended up being a bad dragon. Not that a good bad dragon, a bad dragon.
Yeah, I
Skyward.
needed you to clarify.
Well, yeah,
Also-
watch my words while I have my mug, my Bat Dragon mug here. Strybeck says, I heard the theory that they died out between Skyward Sword and Minish Cap, but I refuse to believe it. I do think they died out.
Probably did.
Whatever.
They're all males, in fact.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, I was about to ask, how
And they
do
don't have the whatever the Gorons use to reproduce.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
My question, did you in Breath of the Wild when you find the memory where Zelda finally unlocks her power, you hear Fi, like the voice she hears is Fi's, because you can hear the jingle that for Fi.
Mhm.
And the sword
Yep.
speaks to her.
Yep, and Fi tells Zelda to put Link in the Shrine of Resurrection. So even tens of thousands of years in the future, she's still looking out for her master.
Okay, sure. I'll take that. I'll take that one.
Yeah, that's not even a theory. That's just like an explanation.
The Zelda timeline and explanations for it. It just patched together with tape.
It doesn't matter.
Pretty much.
Skyward Sword's the beginning.
They're
Breath
like,
of the Wild's the end.
we made these pretty things. How can we make them fit together? A bunch of tape staples, maybe.
I
It
think
works.
the ones centered around like Ocarina of Time, or, those make that and Skyward Sword to like have the clearest location on the timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
like- Wind
Chibata
Waker has
says, I wish they had a female glassmaker dragon. Strybeck
There are
says
no
sexual
female dragons.
monomorphism. I think that okay, so I feel like there were very few Mogmas. Because I think their last female just bleh. So these are the last Mogmas left.
Well, that's because they keep stealing everything.
They'll be fine for a few more years and then they'll just go out. Ba-bam. Chibata says they are female dragons. Currently they're babies. Yeah, when I was the dragon eggs, there were a few females in there. Shrek says I still want to see them in another game. I just want a little, like, I want the fucking treasure hunting Minesweeper Magma game. Like, this series needs more spin-offs.
I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff in these games.
At least fan-made shit. Come on.
Yeah.
Pokemon has a
But
crapload of fan games. Zelda should have fan. Metroid has a fuckload of fan games now. Zelda, not too many.
When you say fan games, what do you mean exactly?
Just shit made by fans.
There are.
yeah, Nintendo wouldn't allow that.
There's many Mario fan games. There's recently there's been more Metroid fan games. Not too many Animal Crossing fan games. Not too many Zelda fan games.
Are you talking about complete fan games or mods? Because
Just-
mods there's
no,
a lot.
just fan games. Not anything that takes the existing game. Just original games.
There is a bunch in itch.io.
Really, I haven't seen it. But
Yep.
like, okay, here's the thing. I'm not talking about like nostalgia jerk-offs. I'm talking about like take the concepts, take the stuff that was used, like seldom used in the actual games, and make something with them. Don't just make another Zelda game.
Do you know there is a Paper Zelda RPG in itch.io?
There's a paper RPG for everything. There's a Flatland paper RPG.
Well, in any case,
Flatland.
the point is that there are different Zelda games.
I
fan
haven't-
games.
seen anything that like gets my attention. That's the thing.
Precisely.
Chabeta says once they grow up and lay eggs, the females leave or start the daycare, like in Hero's Tale. Zane says there's tons of Zelda ROM hacks. Yeah, anybody can make a ROM hack, but making a whole game with, using the stuff that is just sitting there, not being used. I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say fans are very not creative. They make stuff very by the numbers when they make their fan games. They don't really
yeah,
appeal
they're trying to
to
recapture
niches.
the spirit.
Yeah, but like, why are you trying to make something that there's already a ton of, and you don't try making something new with it. I know that at this point people end up like, oh, I'm gonna turn this thing I was making into its original concept, like an original game. But yeah, again, you're going somewhere else.
Because I guess it's sort of difficult because you're trying to, because if you take it too far away from the concept, then it's just like, oh hey, this is a fan made game that is completely different from what the original was, that just stars
I think the
the
closest
character.
thing,
You might as well just make a new game.
the closest thing that we got to that has been Cadence of Hyrule. That is
Yeah.
like the closest thing. It's like something else, but it's
It's
its
an
own
officially
thing
censored
too.
game.
Yeah,
But it's not really a Zelda-y thing, is it?
it feels like a fan game, but it's official. But it's not made by Nintendo, so it's like, yeah, it's something. But it's
I
getting
don't
there.
know. I'd rather that um, if someone's gonna make a fan game, right? I'd rather try to capture the spirit of the original rather than basically doing
I
the
mean, take me for example. I would make a Mogma dating sim. Say, completely different genre, using concepts that were just used once and then forgotten. Very
Yeah.
niche, but fun.
yeah.
Niche.
There would be an audience. Cheveres is they make good mods, so they have that going for them. They even get hired on games to make them better. Zane says, you mean like the flood of roguelites? Ah, yeah. Shavik says, I've considered making a Zelda fan game, but I only have experience with RPG Maker. That's another problem. I think the people who have ideas don't have the skills. That's just the world. That's just
That's-
generally everything.
Everyone has ideas.
Because
The
in order
true
to
thing is
obtain-
to know
in
how
order
to make them
obtain the
real.
skills, you have to put in work, and then it's
But then the people who have the skills are not creative. Not creative enough for my liking. They still make things by the numbers. That's why we end up with the fan games that I loathe. That I'm like, you're not really making anything new. You're just applying an existing idea, turning it a bit, mixing two things essentially. Like, but I guess that's the thing. People who have original concepts are the ones who end up in game studios actually making things. Oh boy, that's how things work. Right, so this game, gosh. What were my I forgot how it's been so long since I reviewed games. Let's see, what did I grade? I graded gameplay, music, characters, plot. Gosh. Chavita says, I mean, lots of things can be borrowed from another. They just have to have good execution. My general take on this is I'm very disappointed with the gaming industry, both AAA and indie. They're just not making the things I've been looking for.
Wow.
That's it. That's why I can say, yeah, I'm not much of a gamer. It's just I'm very disappointed, and the things that I want don't exist.
hater energy. God, Rick, you need to stop drinking that haterade.
I do. Zane's the same. See? It's just like, yeah, we do have a very similar. That's why we're together. We have very similar idea, but just I'm tired. I'm tired of games. Very
Rick,
few
I
games now
I
impress
can't
me.
sit here and take all this hatred that you're spewing. I mean, why can't you just sit back and just enjoy it?
Kettle, pot, something.
This is what we call irony, children.
I think we're
Anyway.
too many layers deep, and we got lost along the way.
Yeah, probably.
Chabata says, then I can accept that. Just don't be like geeks plus gamers plus and the quartling. Because at that point you will lose me. What? What?
Crazy people, don't worry, you're nothing like them.
What is that?
Crazy, crazy people.
Too late. I looked it up. Oh no, I know this. Ah.
Now you're making me look about it.
Oh no, I know about this. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. No.
Oh!
Here's the thing. Okay, no, my opinions matter at all? No. It's just I'm just complaining like it all boils down to game I want don't exist. Why game I want don't exist? That's it. That's it. That's literally it.
No, you're just clearly a hater. Why can't
Shut
you
up,
just love
Zach.
everything?
We are just putting this off more and more.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Okay. I guess this is where I put my tier list on. Oh boy. It's been a while since I pulled this one out. Here we go. Up. Oh, Weasel, you're well, whatever. It's in your face now. Yeah. The trend keeps on going. Huh.
Oh wow, I didn't even think you'd hate it like that.
Jesus.
It's in the yeah. It's no DS don't care about it. C is can deal with it. B is boy, this is a fun game. A is for awesome.
Man, we really need to. We need you to play Ocarina of Time and then Majora's Mask really because
I feel like I know where those are gonna end up.
The optimal way to play those are on the 3DS, and you know
no,
where Rick is with
Come on.
that.
Original is original for Majora's Mask at least. Original is the better
Do
experience.
you
Don't be a
honestly
shitty
do you
elitist.
think I'm gonna hate them less?
I don't know.
I'm just saying,
Majora's
when it
Mask
comes
is
to Majora's
full of enough-
Mask,
is
the
full of
3DS
enough
version
dark,
is more suited to Rick's
twisted
playstyle.
shit that you might really love it.
What?
Like,
Wait, what?
There's so much dark, twisted shit in Majora's Mask that
Do you
might
think
love
it's
it.
that's all that takes to for me to like games? It's like you would say, "Oh, you're gonna love Dark Souls because it's full of twisted shit." No, no,
I'm
no.
just saying, out of the two, I think Rick would like the 3DS version more because it's more suited to his playstyle.
I mean, I like the well. If okay, if we want to go by a strictly gameplay / controlling aspect, yes, I prefer holding a 3DS controller, like a 3DS. I like the 2-screen setup. I like the stylus stuff. Like that accommodates my playstyle a lot better. But I don't
Whatever,
think it's gonna make much of a difference. Which
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't think you're gonna like any Zeldas. So.
Like no, I have a very good eye for games that I may or may not like. It's super rare. I was thinking about this before. It's super rare when I see something and I say, "Oh, I'm gonna love that," and I play it and I end up hating it. Or if I say, "Oh, I hate this," and then I play it, no, actually I like it. It's very rare when it happens. I've tried it. I tested it. I usually have a very good grasp of knowing when I'm gonna like something. And everything I've seen about Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, I've been like, no, not really.
Yeah.
It's not like okay. Can we analyze this tier list? What's on the top? Let's see.
Mostly 2D
2D
games.
I
And the
love,
one 3D game that breaks the conventions.
I love Capcom Zeldas. They are. I think they are my kind of.
Why?
Here's the thing. For some reason,
What's
it's like
the trend?
I put Link to the Past in B, but well, it was just because it reminded me a little of Link's Awakening. Because honestly, I would put it down on a C because I did not like it as much.
Link's Awakening is basically Link's Awakening, Oracle Seasons Ages are like a trilogy, pretty much.
I felt like those games were very cozy. They're small. There's not much to worry about. It's like it's almost impossible to suck at them because they are not complex. They are very simple. You push button, sword comes out. That's it. Okay, see how I had to fiddle with bullshit in the Skyward Sword? Holy shit. I want to blame the controls a lot. I mean, did you see the Girium thing? Like, I switched to button controls and third phase was just like, bam, over. Just
Playing the
Yeah.
entire game with Joy-Cons, right?
I played the entire because that was the intended experience. That's the thing, and
Okay,
I
I'll
for the
give you
most
my.
part I liked it, but I wish I had a counter that had counted how many times I had to press the button for calibrate. It would probably be
I'm
over
going.
500.
I'm gonna tell you once I finish my playthrough of the game using the Pro Controller and tell you how easy it is
I was
or
tempted
harder.
to use the Pro controller at some point, but it's I. Here's the thing. Also,
And
button controls were not comfortable either. They were not comfortable either. I liked the Joy-Con controls, but they did not work well enough. And for somebody who used the Wii a lot, like I played so many games with the nunchuk and Wii mode setup. I can tell that it would have worked a lot better, especially having the sensor bar, which is essentially like ultra precise.
You would have liked this a lot more on the Wii. Maybe I should have bought you a Wii copy instead.
I wanted to see if this was
maybe.
good, like if this was like good enough, and like all the life, like I would probably still be playing it if I was playing the Wii version with how slow things are, probably, because it um I think it was a little bit faster than the original. Hold on. Chabara says, so who likes salad? Not me. I've never eaten a salad. Strybeck says, didn't fancy it? Yeah, I'm gonna say why. Zane says Rick will not like Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. Well, he might like Majora's Mask, not the game, just some things that are in it. And that's the difference. That's the clear difference. I may like the themes about it. I may not like the game. Chavera says, I generally cannot get into Zelda due to how those puzzles are, as well as how tedious it can feel. I'd rather have someone else play it for me. Mm-hmm. I don't have many issues with the puzzles in Zelda. I think the best puzzles I've liked have been like anything from Breath of the Wild. That was fun to solve.
Yeah, they were little mini challenges. What do you think of Skykeep?
What?
What do you think of the Skykeep dungeon in Skyward Sword?
What is the sliding puzzle one?
Yes.
It was like I think you know what that's probably one of the best parts of it
Mm-hmm.
because it was small, self-contained. Definitely gave me vibes of Link's Awakening. Small square rooms, cozy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Familiar.
I like Skykeep because it's a series of small micro challenges, but the whole dungeon itself is a large macro challenge that you sort of have to.
Can I have a
Yeah.
whole game that is just building dungeons like that, just
Get
with
the Link's-
blocks?
get the Link's
No.
Awakening for it,
I
think
know
would be-
that Link's Awakening thing, but it's not. Believe me, it's not. It's not that. I've looked into the future. It's not
yeah,
that.
it's not.
It's
It's
a
not that interesting.
It's a different thing. They should have like. I have no idea why the fuck they haven't gone with the Zelda Maker. It's like it's there.
Yeah.
It's so.
Better.
It's that concept that is there. I would be interested in that for sure. Especially if it's a lot. If it's like Link's Awakening, you could have those skins. Have a skin for that. Have a skin for Link to the Past. Have a Minish Cap. It's there. It's ideas that they will never take up, and that just frustrates the fuck out of me.
I feel like they could do that for Breath of the Wild too, given how good Breath of the Wild's physics engine is.
Yeah.
But if you enjoyed Skykeep, you might enjoy the dungeons of Majora's Mask. They're very similar in terms of like big picture.
I've played. I played. Okay, don't think I've never touched Ocarina of Time because I have. I have played. I think the first 3 hours of the game, up to the Gorons, and
Okay.
it just never catches my attention. I always stop playing because I just doesn't. it bores me.
Oh,
Okay, it's basically
I
Twilight
was talking
Princess,
Majora's
but a
Mask.
bit more basic.
Yeah. Well,
Fair. The only thing I'd say is Majora's Mask dungeons are very good, but they're hard.
I keep hearing this about ranking dungeons, ranking bosses, and that's completely eludes me. I don't know why. Maybe I'm not thinking about these games the same way as everybody else.
Probably.
Everything just blends into a mash of sequence. Not really. I don't see them as self-contained. I can, like, you ask me right now about Skyward, like about Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, and ask me the names and the stuff about the dungeons. I can't remember anything, and I'm already starting to forget stuff here in. Well, not as easy to forget in Skyward Sword because there were only 3. And they were like recycled to hell and back. Holy shit! I haven't even started reviewing this.
Can we
I
let
am
Rick get to his
so
review, please?
poisonous about this.
Yeah, Zach, can you stop disrupting him and let him get to his thing?
Sure.
Let me just read this. One more thing. Shobek says, I thought the encyclopedia retconned that. Chavez says, I do enjoy Age of Calamity, but adding more characters just feels overwhelming. Well, that's a completely different game. Let's see. So yeah, it's Zelda. Skyward Sword is Zelda. When people said, "Oh, this is gonna be like this reinvents the formula," I remember watching E3 years ago when it was first announced and everything. And they were like, "Oh, this is different. This is very different." I mean, I didn't know anything about Zelda, and I didn't see it. Now I got to play it after playing a few Zelda games, and it's a little bit formulaic, but it feels stripped down. Like there were only generally 3 areas. This felt smaller, and there was frankly a lot of retooling, recycling. I'm not sure why. So we focus on 3 areas. Okay, fine. You can flesh them out. You can have a few areas and flesh them out. Try to make them serve several purposes, like having Farron be both the grass area and the water area. That works in a narrative way. It works. It did not shorten the game though. It was the length of a Zelda game, but like it felt like jumping back and forth from all these 3 areas in the sky. So this game is backtracky if you don't know what you're doing. Boy, let's see. Skyloft was a nice hub area, but it has the same problem that I have with Zelda NPCs and such. They are all just kind of there. Side quests with a purpose, I guess, maybe. Yeah, the quest felt kind of tacked on. It's like they wanted to flesh out characters, but in the end they didn't. They just felt like, okay, you're a little bit of padding in between dungeons, in between areas. Sure, works for me. Hide a few rewards, especially heart pieces behind them, because so you have to do all that. It's I understand why they would do that. Gosh, regarding the sound and music, I feel like this game is like one of the least one of the least memorable to me. I found myself humming a bunch of songs in like Wind Waker. I had a bunch of songs stuck in my head. Twilight Princess, I probably remember a few. Here, just a single song stayed with me. Actually, if you ask me right now to hum the music, the theme from Skyloft, I can't remember it. Holy shit, I was there so many times and I can't remember it. I have no idea why. It's just, and I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it's not like I am biased for like, oh, the Mongas stuff. I just feel like the Volcano song was like the most catchy one because because of how silly it was. It just jumped out. Just not much music that I'm gonna be remembering. And yeah, fuck the plot. Well, that was a plot. I'm okay with the plot. It's fine. It works. Um, I really hope they did not build that plot just to try to make it glue for the Zelda timeline continuity everything thing. Because if that was the purpose, boy, boy, don't do that. Don't try to make sense of the chaos that you put yourself in by trying to string together a bunch of unrelated games. It's an excuse, and I don't think anybody can see past that bullshit. It's an excuse. Um, sure. That's the origin of everything. Cool. Okay. I'm not invested in this series. I don't see the appeal. Um, gosh, I don't have much to say about this. I've been complaining about this game the entire time. I think everybody knows. I put it on D because just as with Twilight Princess, it was just very unremarkable. It was 3D Zelda, which is not my favorite thing. It's it's fine. I understand it just fine. I don't get stuck in dungeons forever or whatever. It just works. I had to. I felt like I had to because people are. The reason of why I'm doing this and putting myself through all this is because I know people will not shut up until I play some games. So I'm slowly making my way through them so I can very nicely tell them I played it. I didn't like it. Hold on. Chavera says they could have had fast travel. Well, yeah. I mean, that's a point with the port. With the port, they could have. Hell, did you see? I barely even use the amiibo, so I guess I can confirm it is not a necessary purchase, and you will not suffer much from not having it. It
It
was,
sucks the part that it was very mm,
yeah.
scarce.
I mean, the
And
amiibo
that,
scars, but guess what? It's not really that necessary. Boom! You don't really need to backtrack too often.
I
Uh,
have it right here in my hand, still in the packaging.
yeah, keep it in the packaging. It's worth more that way. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I can see why they locked it behind an amiibo now. It's not a necessary feature. Chip says silly music for a silly weasel. Uh, it's cute. Chabera says comics do it all the time, and look where that got them. Plots trying to string stuff that is not meant to be together. It's just bad, and I've learned that as a writer. I've learned that the hard way. Just sometimes the shit that you're writing is not gonna connect with the other shit that you're writing. So in the end, don't try to make it make sense. Shabbat says it killed the timeline. Literally, it's the Zelda timeline is a flaming dumpster, and I will not attempt to make sense of it. I'll leave that to the obsessive fans.
Yeah, the timeline was dead and reduced to atoms before Skyward Sword. So yeah, I mean, if any game really threw it into an incinerator, it was Breath of the Wild.
Do you think they will they are now approaching the Zelda franchise as trying to make games that fit into that timeline?
Now, Breath of the Wild showed that they do not give a rat's ass about the timeline.
And I think Age of Calamity even did it even more.
Age of
It just
Calamity
stomped
says,
on the timeline.
yeah. Breath of the Wild threw it into a dumpster. Age of Calamity lit the fucking dumpster on fire.
I'm
And
glad.
we'll see where Breath of the Wild 2 takes it.
Oh, I really hope that
Guess
just
what?
fucks
Guess
it
what?
up more.
All those floating islands were the original Skyloft. We're going all the way back. It's gonna loop in on itself, and it'll make Doctor Who look fucking linear.
Oh, I am excited for that.
It have the same multiversal problem that in Loki.
I am
The
excited.
original, the Ganon of Breath of the Wild 2 is actually Demise.
Wow. I
Yep,
would not be
that's how
surprised if
it's
they
all gonna
pull that out of their fucking
Oh.
asses because trying to make this just stick together again, you're using glue in Staples.
Like a serpent eating its own tail.
Ouroboros.
And
Yes.
thus this serpent. Chivara says at least it stays consistent within the 3 games so far. Consistent in like it's 16 quotes. Strybeck says I feel like this all this could have been avoided if Zelda had been set in a Final Fantasy style multiverse. I
Kind of
feel like
is.
that's the way to do it. Just
It kind
have
of
your
is.
games be completely unrelated with the casual nod, and yeah, like I feel like fans should just ignore the supposed timeline and just keep them as self.
Well, Breath of the Wild sort of is the like everything has happened like it's so far in the future that everything that happened on any of the three timelines has happened. So it's like, okay,
You finally tried to converge everything. Just no,
Yeah.
you grabbed everything and you squeezed it, like you put it on a
like there are conflicting references to literally everything in Breath of the Wild. There are references to, to Koroks and Rito, which only existed in Wind Waker before that. There's references to Twilight Princess, so that's the child timeline. And then there's the fact that Ganon is in his bestial form, which indicates the Fallen timeline. So it's like, we don't give a shit.
And
so
bits and there's locations named after literally every single game.
Yep, there's
Which are
locations
across
named
multiple
after characters
timelines.
from Majora's Mask, which takes place in an alternate fucking dimension. So there are statues of said characters. So, it's a giant who gives a shit.
so they just grabbed all the previous games and they put them in an
Yes.
icing bag and just piped the shit out of a cake with that.
Pretty much.
Got it. It works. It's a fuck. It like yeah, might as well just put icing on the dumpster. I fucking hate this franchise. It's amazing how much I hate it. It's like it's not an obsessive hate, but it's a hate that I have fun with. It's like holy shit, I'm gonna spite play all these games. So they can say, "Oh, you hate them because you haven't played them." No, I have.
No, you hate
you're
them
just a hater.
because you've played them.
No, you're just a hater. You hate impulsively. You just hate. That's all you do.
Me? The person who has just nothing but love for so many movies and things and shows? No, I don't think so.
Nope.
Let's bring out the Zack Smack.
Ah. Chivera says the Final
going
Fantasy
nowhere.
VII remake
This
is
is-
gonna make it interesting. How does that Mario timeline fare? Mario doesn't even have a timeline, and I think that's the way to go.
Well, Mario doesn't fucking reincarnate, so yeah, all of this is just the same.
It's just the same
Bowser.
Mario all the time, and everything just makes sense. It's like The
Somehow
Simpsons.
Bowser has infinite money.
Zane says, "Isn't Mr. Miyamura on record saying the timeline doesn't matter?" Well, when has that man cared about story? Well, not anymore. It's fine. Let the old coot just garden and stay away from games.
Speaking of good,
What?
who is in charge of Zelda right now?
Aonuma.
Directly
Yeah.
Onuma?
Yeah.
Aonuma.
Yeah, he's the Stephen
Ah.
Moffat of Zelda.
Yeah, that explains why he's taking so many liberties lately.
So who's gonna be the Chris Chibnall of Nintendo?
Oh boy.
Shut up.
I don't think anything. I don't think.
but
Yeah, you know
let's
what?
not go there.
I
Nope,
just hope
nope,
this
nope.
whole it's. Oh, I'm kind of like I'm really tempted to like just wish that Breath of the Wild 2 comes out horrible because of how
My
long. Like you cannot have something simmering for so long. It's you're
My point
creating
is-
expectation, you're creating hype. You're not gonna live up to it.
Let's see. Stephen
Who
Moffat,
is-
great at
who is gonna
individual
take the fall
stories,
for the
fucking
game?
sucks
If
at
it's going to be
story
your-
arcs.
Oh boy.
So series
That's my
5,
take.
Series 5 had a good story arc. Series 6 got too ambitious. Series 7 really got too ambitious. Series 8 calmed it down a little bit, and then Series 9
Fucking sucked.
yeah. Well, no, actually, what was weird is the plot, like the final 2, and then
People just forget about Doctor Who. Watch his arc materials. It's so much
Yeah.
better.
Why are we talking
Yeah,
about
let's
Doctor
not
Who?
go there. Let's get
That was
way
Zelda.
away from there.
Chavara says, if you want a bad timeline, watch Riverdale. You mean Archie comics edgy?
No!
Oh no.
Why? Okay, guys, why are we going to shitty media when we are talking about Zelda?
Well,
Yeah.
well, no,
It's-
because that's the point.
Why?
It's it. No, because it's
Zelda's
shitty
actually
media. Eat shit,
good.
chance. Chavera says, actually, you can't, Rick. If you rush it, it's bad. Let it marinate. Well, okay. There's one thing as announcing something too early, and that's exactly what they did. Nintendo has been having a little bit of a trigger finger lately. They've been they've been trying to blow their load early, but they've been just shooting blanks. So just don't say you have something until you actually have it. You
Well, I
know,
think
like
they-
with
I think they were
the
on a
Origami
decent-
King. You know that shit stayed hidden, and then it was like, boom. Guess what? New game, it's ready. 3 months.
What about
That's what I
Metroid
want.
Dread
I
That
do
too.
think- I do
and
think there are-
WarioWare.
Just
I
keep
do
it in
think
your
they
pants.
were on track with Breath of the Wild. I really do think COVID screwed that up.
Gosh, we'll see. We'll
But
see.
then again, I don't mind delays between Zelda games because
Yeah.
I don't
they
give
do
a
tend
fuck.
to be pretty good.
Well, Rick said that the next Zelda game he plays is going to be different.
Yeah. Oh boy, I finished this Zelda game. Therefore, I can move on to a different Zelda game. Oh no.
Zelda, what are you thinking next?
It's happening. But I'm gonna move it to Fridays.
Yeah,
Not
but
this Friday.
well,
Next
I mean,
Friday.
I'm not going to be part of the streaming.
It's going to have a different co-host, I
Yeah,
believe.
it's supposed to have a completely different
Wait a minute. Do you have a Link to the Past twice on there?
Yep. I've only played the Game Boy Advance one.
Huh.
Not the not
Not
the
SNES.
Super Nintendo one.
not the Super
it's
Nintendo one, which I know they are slightly different. I'm just letting
Only
time pass. I'm letting time pass. It's probably gonna be the last game I play. Enough time will have passed since I played the Game Boy Advance version, so I can check out the
Yeah.
original and see if it's any different, and maybe see if my opinion has changed after I played everything else.
Since out of the things you haven't played, the only things I have are Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, and you say that you're not going to play those for a while. Wow, not going to be much co-hosting from my end until Breath of the Wild 2,
Well, yeah, whenever that happens.
2022 apparently.
That's what we said a couple of years ago. Chance it. Chabara says, I mean, if you wanna let people know a game is in development, say it's being made, but never give a release date. I think even that is bad. Because now you have people just wildly just like speculating and thinking, what is it gonna be? Oh boy, and you give them time to make up their own idealized versions of the game, and then when it comes out, it's not what they expected. You gave them too much
Bam,
time.
that's right.
Yep. Don't announce shit until it's like 6 months away. Or a year even, but not if you're not sure your shit's coming out that same year or in the next year, don't. But also, I am not a fan of any game that is announced 1 year before. It's just finish it and announce it. You avoid the delays, you avoid expectations and shit. The minus, like the con for that against that is some people see that apparently the input of fans matters on the development, but oh boy, that's a whole can of worms.
No, fan expectations I get using fan expectations to guide the development from like the start, but if you've got a year left and you're using fan expectations to like change things
You
a
know,
year before release, you're not in a good spot.
you know when you show a game and then like it just blasted to shit, and then the studio just answered like, we heard you, we're making changes. That stuff, it just
Yeah,
always rubs me the wrong way.
I prefer development cycles where you only have 13 months, so there is no time to make those changes.
Crunch.
Just
Yeah,
finish.
two of my favorite games of all time were made in a year, so
I think the best example of this, again, I'm gonna bring it up, the Origami King. it was like the game was done. There was not enough time for people to complain about it. They were just like, we kind of hope it's good. It's back to the return of the series. It wasn't, but it was better than the previous one. So therefore, everybody was just like, it's okay.
You hear that, people? Zach supports Crunch.
Oh, I
Bandicoot?
mean, no,
No,
there's
the
there's a
bad
bit of
Crunch.
irony. There's a bit of irony that the stress of a time delay does often create some unintentional brilliance.
Stress, apparently.
Well, the development cycle of Majora's Mask was very interesting. So let's just put it at that, and it influenced the game to be.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things just don't apply anymore. What?
You could never say, hey, take the assets from our best-selling game of all time and just repackage them.
That's
These
what.
studios
That's what
repackage their assets from previous games all the fucking time.
That's what the Breath of the Wild
not like-
2 was
not like
supposed to
Teenage
be. That's what it was supposed to be, an easy sequel. But I guess they were like, oh, wait, we need to make more. We need to make something more, and now it's going to be a completely different thing, and you announced it too early.
Fallout 76 is made up of mostly assets from Fallout 4.
Eesh. Well, we know how that came out. But then there's the bullshit. Oh, I'm not gonna go back into Pokemon. No.
No.
Because that's just
No.
just assets that you could have used. But no, you had to. I'm
Rick,
done.
I think you're hating too much.
Smack Zach.
You're bringing this out. You made this happen.
No, I'm poking your butt. What the fuck is Chance posting? What is that?
I don't know, but he hopped over to the other voice channel. I don't know if that was on purpose or by accident.
I think you broke him. Or something broke him. Strybeck says, you plan on playing the Switch version of Link's Awakening? I would love to. I just need to find it for cheap, because that game is not worth $60. There, I said it. Chabata says, people speculate
Agreed.
either way, so you can't win. I think listening to fan feedback can work if it's reasonable. Just look at what they did for Ghost of Tsushima. They added the fox pitting mechanic after seeing it being used as a meme online and made the game cuter. I think that works as patches or DLC. Take the fan feedback after the game is done, not before. Chabata says, no. Yeah, no. And then Chance just spammed a bunch of emotes, the face, the touchdown, hey guys, purple star, panic basket, lot trail, glitch cat, a kappa, 2020 glitchy, asexual pride, sexual pride, gun run, holiday log, earth day, lol, tear glove, stinky cheese, and pipe hype. Okay. Also, I didn't see any of those pop into my thing. So I think my emote plugin is broken. Eh, boy.
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't seen emotes in a long time. I should check
Yeah.
on that. Let me test actually, because
But yeah, the whole reason why people were very excited about the idea for Breath of the Wild 2 was that they were like, oh well, Majora's Mask turned out really well when you just sort of took the old assets and continued like as a direct sequel and put it out in a crunch. Hey, maybe you could do the same thing for Breath of the Wild 2. And
Zach supports Crunch.
yeah, I kind of do.
Zach says abuse your devs.
God. Yeah. Beat them into submission.
let's see.
Did you know some of the more nightmarish things about Majora's Mask were inspired by I think Aonuma's own nightmares about the game?
Nah.
Was Majora's Mask made through crunch?
13 months, like a year.
Yeah. They strictly put a limit on the game. Let's take the assets from Ocarina of Time, make a game, do it in 1 year.
1 year.
It was a
And
challenge.
Oh,
bit ironic given what the whole idea of that crunch is that they have limited time with which to spend and
So
limited resources.
all the
It's
spooky
sort of-
stuff in the game is just the developers' style sleep deprivation. Okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
and also the game is centered around time management under a very pressing deadline.
Wow, that's depressing. Oh, jeez.
Ain't that ironic?
Wow. People don't talk about that. Ah.
You, you,
I
again,
love how creepy this game is. I wonder why.
I really don't think I really think you'll enjoy at least the aesthetic of Majora's Mask. I really do. It is fucking wicked.
I need a modded version with no time limits.
But the whole point is the crunch, the inevitability of time weighing on you.
I don't do well with that concept, and you know that.
Yeah.
Shabada says, F you, Zach, you muff, cabbage, crunch supporting bish. Trevik says, I'd say that's more fitting than ironic. Shabada says, you should blame investors too. The studios depend on it, which enhances crunch. It's not the fans who cause this. Again, I will say it again. I hate the games industry right now, and I wish it could collapse and burn, and we could all just go back and say, hey, we don't need new games. Let's just play everything that has come out until now. We have enough games to last us an entire life.
Yeah,
Just-
but then you hate it.
Zane says the game industry is fucked right now. It's just, I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate games.
I hate it.
I just I don't want anything.
I just want to die. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, just buy stuff that every once in a while. Don't buy everything.
I'm
Of
ready to
course
die now.
not.
Can we end?
Of course not. I don't go for every game. I just go for the ones I like. There's not many games that I like. Well, no, actually, right now there's like 5 games that I want because they finally made the things that I wanted. But that's a whole other thing. Finally, this is done.
But-
Next week, another game, different game, old game, sponsored by somebody else. I'm not sure if they're gonna be co-hosting. I'm gonna check. But yep.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be taking a break from the co-hosting for a long time.
Well, it's fine. We didn't have anything else to co-host. Now people can be bored with me alone again. Yay. Shabada says, I would just want another Spyro game and be done with the world. We're not getting that, and you know that. Oh, Shabada says, but we won't get that ever. Good. You're
Nope.
realistic. Okay, so
Some-
in just to summarize, this is just another Twilight Princess. I didn't care much for it, but I'm glad I finally played it and people can shut up about it. And I found the Mogmas, and I'm gonna go look up a bunch of Mogma porn. And if it doesn't exist, I'll commission it. There, everything's right with the world.
Yay!
Chibata says, now go to bed, leave, rest, don't burn yourself out. Don't read this. Ha! Wait, no, I'm not gonna sleep. It's 10 p.m. I'm gonna go chill. So that's it. Thank you so much for coming. This was another Zelda game. Holy shit, I hate these games. Have a good night, have a good evening, afternoon, day, morning, or whatever you have on the Zelda planet. I'll see you again very soon. I'll be back tomorrow with Hugh. Yay. Okay.
Yay!
Bye. This was a clusterfuck. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.